Hello, it's Tuesday, August 4th, and I'm here in Philadelphia. Just got into the 30th Street station a little while back and charged my phone for a little bit. And man, as soon as I got into the station here, I just look at this. I looked around and I was like, yep, now it feels like I'm in a proper city again, you know? So, that's fun. Oh, and there's also this sign behind me that says, Visit Richmond. I find that very funny because I was just in Richmond. It's funny because I remember being in New York and seeing all over Penn Station in New York signs saying Visit Philadelphia, and now I come to Philadelphia and I see Visit Richmond. It's like they're trying to push everyone further down south or something. But anyway, today, I don't know what the plan for the day is yet, actually. I definitely want to go to Clark Park and hang out there and see if there's any travelers hanging around or whatever. They might not be active until later in the day because it's still a little early in the morning. It's still like 9:30, and you know, travelers like to sleep in sometimes, especially in Philly. You know, this is like one of the safe cities where the travelers actually like to home bum around for a little bit, kind of. So yeah, we're gonna walk around and explore and try to get our bearings, see what fun we can get into, what trouble we can get into perhaps, and I don't know, maybe take a nap at some point because I'm still like super sleep deprived because I haven't been getting super good sleep over the last few days, but at least I slept a few hours in the parking garage last night, so you know, I'm sort of ready to face the day, but also sort of like I could take a nap, you know, but I don't feel like I have to, so we'll see. Maybe I'll try to grab something to eat at some point too. I feel like I could eat. I also have food in my bag. I could just eat if I don't find anything good. I don't know what the reasonably cheap vegan options here are. I imagine they're pretty good in Philadelphia, but at 9:30, 10 o'clock a.m., I'm not so sure. So, yeah, I don't want to hesitate too much. Let's get on with the video without further ado, because this, I'm going to try to not record every thought like I constantly do. Maybe that's the appeal. Maybe I should do that, but I'm going to try to be more sparse with the stuff that I record here and go on less long-winded rants. I say that as I'm going on a long-winded rant to start off the video, but I'm going to try to go on less long-winded rants so that I can try to keep this video to a reasonable length, because I suspect, I haven't edited the video yet, the Newark video, but I suspect that the Newark and the Delaware video is going to be my longest one yet, perhaps. Because there was just so many periods of I'm tired, I'm rambling for 5 minutes about some random shit, and that all got included in the video. Not much ends up on the cutting room floor, as if you might be able to tell just by seeing what I include in the videos. You know, it's pretty much all there. I don't really cut anything out. So that being said, I don't want this video to be 6 hours long, and I'm planning on spending probably at least a few days in Philadelphia, maybe 5 days, maybe a week, maybe longer. So yeah, basically you get it. I'm going to try to keep this a reasonable length. I'm going to try not to record absolutely everything every 5 minutes and every thought that I have, but we're already off to a bad start on that front, so let's go. I mean, one thing I have to comment on right off the bat is this big concourse area is quite nice. Definitely reminds me of, you know, New York architecture. It's got that sort of Art Deco style to it. Yeah. Love train stations like this, man. It's been too long since I've been in a good, huge fucking train station. Well, I guess DC. I guess DC was had a big, huge train station. So I guess when I say too long, I mean 4 days or whatever. But anyway, right now I'm walking through the campus of Drexel University. So this is kind of nice. We're gonna be walking through a lot of college campuses around here probably, because well, it's Philadelphia, the city of colleges. I don't think they actually call it that, but I mean, there are several colleges here, just like any, you know, big city, like New York or Philly. You know, you've got the University of Pennsylvania here, you got Drexel, you've got Penn State, I think, or something. You got a bunch of shit going on here, but yeah, you can see definitely got a college campus vibe here. Lots of tables and chairs, and just a little walkable mini city within a city. Pretty cool. Alright, we've now crossed over off of Drexel University. See Drexel University right there? And now we're on the University of Pennsylvania campus. So, yeah, just, I think this part of the city is called like University City or something. And it's the part where all the universities are concentrated, as the name suggests. So that's why we're basically just like walking through one college campus after another right now. It looks like they're doing some construction here of some sort on this interesting looking building. Another one of these love signs. Keep seeing them all over the place. Love. Oh wow, this is cool. They have this old trolley car just sitting here, and you can actually go inside it and shit too. The class of 1956 trolley. Huh. It's a replica Peter Witt trolley that carried generations of communities to Penn from all parts of the region. Also provide convenient access from campus to cultural and other attraction centers of the building. Huh. That's cool. Love to see stuff like that. Alright, I am at Clark Park right now. I haven't run into any travelers or anything yet, but I did meet this guy named Will. He said he had half a brain. He was talking very slowly, and then he said he had half a brain, and he had to put a metal plate in his brain for some reason. It wasn't exactly clear the nature of his injury, but like why he had to get half his brain removed. But he said that he said that was the case, and he was just like, I don't know, we were talking about a bunch of random stuff, but he was saying that like his memory might be off. I was like, oh, do a lot of travelers come through here? He's like, I don't know, I don't really remember people because I have half a brain. I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. But we smoked some weed together. He was like, you smoke weed? I was like, yeah, I actually have some here. And he had like a blunt wrap or whatever, so he rolled the blunt. We smoked the blunt. And then this other guy showed up, this guy Sam. He started going on a whole political rant against like Democrats basically. And I told him I was from New York. He was like, oh, I wouldn't want to live there, you know, that communist mayor. And but he seemed all right though. Besides that, he was just, I don't know, very fed up with Democrats for one reason or another. I mean, he said some really objectionable shit. He said that Obama and Biden were more dictatorial than Trump, which is, I think, a little laughable. But I wasn't really in the mood to argue with him. I was just like listening to him yap. Then he headed off to see the Spider-Man. Or no, he wasn't going to see it. He had already seen the Spider-Man movie. He had a Spider-Man hat too. He was like a big Spider-Man fan, I guess. And he came over to talk about the Spider-Man movie and then launched into the whole political rant because I mentioned I was from New York. Oh, man. Characters out here. But, yeah, I'm just relaxing right now. That guy, Will, gave me some fucking vodka, too, because he had, like, a water bottle he was drinking it from, and I thought it was just regular water. He's like, no, man, this is water? No, this is vodka. I was like, oh, shit. So, I drank just, like, a sip of it, but it was, like, a big sip, so now I'm, like, slightly intoxicated from that, and also just, you know, already tired in general, so I'm thinking I'll just lay here, and I don't know if I'll take a nap or just you know, lay for a little bit and rest, but I definitely need to at least, like, rest my legs and stuff. And, I mean, there's other people, like, fully sleeping in the park and shit, you know, so it's obviously not that big of an issue if I do. Alright, so I ended up hanging out at Clark Park for hours, and mostly just sleeping and kind of planning my next moves. I needed to kind of reset and recover and just relax now that I've gotten here, almost to my final destination of New York. Well, final destination of the year, at least. But I've been walking this way, west, down Baltimore Avenue, and look what I fucking found. Bindle Stiff Books? Are we serious right now? Was this place made just for me, or what? I feel like I have to check this place out. Alright, I went into that bookstore, and I mean, it was kind of cool, but it was a little cramped, so I had to kind of leave quickly. They had some little like zines and stuff in there. They had a lot of cool political literature, but yeah, nothing that I was interested in buying. In fact, like, you know, I don't really have space to be carrying stuff right now anyway, so I should probably wait and finish the book I have and then get rid of that one before I pick up any new books. So really, it's not like, I'm not in a good position to be buying books anyway, but I always like to, whenever I see an interesting looking bookstore, I just like to go in and look around and, you know, possibly see if I can make friends or anything. But there was just one dude in there, one older dude who didn't seem very interested in conversing with me or anything. I came in, I was like, oh, I saw the sign, I had to come in, hoping he'd realize that I'm a vagabond, and that's the connection. But you know, he didn't really say anything about it. But it seems like a cool little store. They didn't have used books, which I thought they might, but they did have cheap books. It's like a discounted bookstore, so I guess they get a lot of stuff like in bulk that's discounted for one reason or another, and then they sell it at heavily discounted prices. So, you know, it seems like a cool place, but unfortunately, it wasn't time for me to buy anything right now, and I couldn't, you know, I always feel awkward going into a bookstore and then realizing, oh man, I'm not going to buy anything. It's going to be awkward when I have to see myself out. So I just go in and look around for a little bit, and I'm like, all right, thank you, have a good one. Yeah, but yeah, nice place. Let's continue on. I kind of wish that I had just stayed at Clark Park for a little while longer and not made this walk in the sun, because I'm just like having to stop every 5 minutes and get in the shade, because the sun beating down on me like this is just not fun, you know. But whatever. It's not something. Jesus Christ, that's gonna say. Not something you can ever get used to. Why do people have to like feel the need to prove how big their dicks are by revving their motorcycles as loud as possible and shit? It's just stupid. Honestly, there's a laundromat right here. I might just stop in and do laundry if the price is reasonable, because I've been trying to wait to do laundry until I have more clothes to wash, because I don't have that many clothes to wash right now. But the clothes that I do have are just like, they smell so bad, you know. And I have them inside a plastic bag, hanging on the outside of my bag, so they don't make the inside smell bad. But I still feel like this bag of dirty clothes sitting in the sun and just like stinking worse and worse, and being strapped to the outside of my bag, I feel like it's gonna make my backpack smell bad just from being strapped to the side of it. So I do want to. I might just say fuck it, since I have a little bit of money right now from flying my sign last night and stuff. And I am in Philly, where it should be fairly easy to make more. I'm thinking just cutting my losses and being like, yeah, let me just do laundry a day, even if I won't be getting as much mileage out of it as I would like. And plus, if I'm sitting at the laundromat doing laundry for a couple hours, at least by the time I leave, the sun will be down and it won't be so hot anymore to walk around this goddamn city. I should be using the buses and trolleys and stuff too, probably. But yeah, I mean, I always like to walk at first when I get to a new town, because you know, I feel like you can get to know a city a lot better by exploring a city on foot than by, you know, by other means. Although, I mean, using public transit, buses and stuff, you still get to kind of live like locals do. You know? It's not like you're taking Ubers all over the place or something like some kind of tourist. So, all right, I'm gonna go back there to the laundromat, and I am gonna do laundry. But I need to change my clothes first, because I'm wearing some clothes that I want to wash. So gotta find a bathroom that I can do that in. And there's no bathroom in that laundromat, unfortunately. And I imagine around here, since it's Philadelphia, it's probably going to be a little bit difficult to find a store that will just let you come in and use their bathroom. Like a lot of even the food places that have bathrooms are like, oh, customers only, you have to buy something, that sort of thing. So I'm walking down the street to this place called Mariposa Food Co-op, that I heard is quite friendly to travelers and also local homeless people and stuff. And I heard that they'll let me use the bathroom, basically, if I just go in there and ask to use the bathroom, or just walk into the bathroom or whatever. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Got a big cool mural on this wall, and one on that wall too. Where is this place? Oh, Books Through Bars. Oh, I heard about this place. I heard this was like the A Space building or something. It was like some anarchist organizing space. And let's see, what's this about? Yeah, these guys have like this Books Through Bars program. They give they like mail books to prisoners, I think that's their whole thing. Got one of these sticker wall things. Some notices about ice. Yeah, seems like a cool spot for sure. Yeah, Yeah, I'm not sure if the the information I got about the A-Space thing is up to date. But it's good to see that the Books Through Bars thing is still going on here. That's a positive thing. And you got like a little bin of free books there. I assume they're free, because no one's stopping there for anybody from taking them. So it's like cookbooks and stuff. Kind of cool. This is for rent, huh? It's a cool little house. Alright, looks like this is a spot. And it's got another one of these sticker paste poster walls. It's like wheat paste stuff. Cool, let's go in. Alright. They did indeed let me use their bathroom, so that was cool. Very cool of them. So I went in there, changed out of my underwear and shirt. I'm still wearing the same pants, but pretty sure, yeah, like I suspected. You remember how there was like mud on them and shit, and I was saying like, oh, this is probably just gonna come right off, honestly, like naturally, because these pants, because of their waterproof nature, they don't like, they just kind of, you can just brush off anything that is water soluble, basically. So that dirt that was on there from the mud, I looked at it and I was like, that's gonna come right off if I just like brush it right off or something. And as it turned out, I didn't even need to brush it. It just, because I forgot about it. And next thing you know, now my pants look totally clean again. Gotta love waterproof hiking pants, right? And these weren't even like expensive. They're just not like Cool Brand or anything. They're we'll let them go. They're just like a $30 pair that I got from fucking Amazon or something. I don't even know the brand, but they work well, you know. They got enough pockets for me. They do indeed appear to be waterproof, and apparently dirt proof too. So that's cool. Now I got a perfectly clean outfit on, basically, and it's time to go wash this bag of laundry. Alright, I'm doing my laundry now, and just waiting for it to be done. It'll be about an hour, so hopefully the sun will be closer to setting, or have already set by the time I leave here, and I won't have to walk in the sun anymore. That'll be quite nice. Oh, look at that punk rock flea market. That sounds interesting. But anyway, yeah, it's gonna be about an hour, and quite a reasonably priced laundromat too. I mean, it looked like a cheap laundromat. There's no air conditioning in there, which kind of sucks. I was like sweating my ass off, and my face was dripping sweat inside there. And until I took my backpack off, I was like, oh my god. For some reason, sometimes I'm wearing my backpack, even if I don't feel physically hot, I just start like dripping sweat. It's like the backpack just takes all my fucking energy and starts burning my fucking calories. It's crazy, just holding that thing and standing with it. But anyway, yeah, reasonably priced laundromat. I think I paid like $2.75 for the wash load, 75 cents for, you know, a single use bit of detergent, like one of those Tide Pod things, and then it's gonna be $1.50 for the drying. So altogether, it comes to like $5 to do a whole load of laundry. Granted, it's a small load. I think maybe they have larger washing machines that if you need to do a larger load, it might cost more. But I had a small load, so I was able to, you know, use the smaller wash machine. So anyway, I'm just gonna be hanging out here for the next hour and chilling out and planning my next move, basically. Maybe I'll call my dad now, because I called my dad the other day and he didn't answer. So yeah, well, he did call me back yesterday or something, I think, but I was busy walking around exploring and stuff. I didn't have time to chat. So now that I have like an hour to kill, maybe I will have time to chat if he's available. We'll see. Alright, well, I finished doing my laundry, and I did finally talk to my father as well. Gave him a call back after we were playing phone tag for a little bit, and he actually answered this time. I updated him on my travels and stuff, so that was cool. And now I am headed to grab a bite to eat real quick, because over here is the Fuwa mini market in Delhi. I realized once I left the laundromat that I'm like right down the street from this place, and this place it closes soon. I'm lucky I got to it in time, because, you know, it's past 7 now, it closes at 8, and they have a famous tofu banh mi, apparently, that is supposed to be really cheap and vegan and really good. I'm not usually big on tofu, but I like it when it's prepared well. I mean, I like Chipotle's sofritas, which are like a tofu-based thing, so I'm gonna try this out. I think it's supposed to be like $5, so for that price, you know, for how much food you get, I'm willing to try it out because I'm hungry. So let's see. Yeah, so I stopped at that place, the Fuwa Mini Market, and unfortunately, they said their kitchen closed at 7, so I couldn't get what I was looking for. So I just got a drink. I ended up getting this Boylan Shirley Temple. I've never seen this before, but I do like Boylan's black cherry soda and like root beer and stuff. So I figured I would try this, and yeah, it's underwhelming. It honestly tastes kind of medicinal. It doesn't really taste like a Shirley Temple to me, or like what I was expecting. But whatever. I paid $3 for it. Waste of money, but it happens. I'm gonna try to fly a sign tonight and make some more money anyway. Hopefully Philly treats me with some love. Hopefully they give me some love tonight, and give me some money. I'm hoping that the Philadelphians will love me and my sign flying antics. Alright, so I ended up going to this Indian place that was right next to the laundromat called the Mood Cafe. Since the Vietnamese place had their kitchen closed, they couldn't get the banh mi. So I went to the Indian place. I just got a couple samosas. It was like $5 and something. Honestly, good amount of food for the price. And I'm not usually big on Indian food, but they were pretty damn good samosas. They had like some cinnamon on them or something, which I wasn't really expecting. Funny how I have the go signal and these cars are still fucking insisting on going. Anyway, yeah, it was it had like cinnamon on it. It reminded me of, at first I was like, what is this flavor? It reminds me of like something I used to eat. Oh yes, cinnamon Teddy Grahams. I'm like, yeah, it has like cinnamon sugar on it or something. It had like almost a sweetness. Reminded me of like a dessert food, but it was savory too. So it was interesting, and I don't know, I could tell they were good samosas, even though I haven't eaten samosas many times before. It was like, I was like, if I was like big on Indian food, this would be a place where I'd come all the time and be like, oh man, yeah, this is fire fucking Indian food. These are fire samosas, But yeah. Anyway, I gotta say, Mood Cafe, gotta recommend them, especially since like all their food, I'm pretty sure, can be veganized. So vegan samosas, easy to do. It was just like potatoes and peas and some other like vegetables and spices and shit. Oh, and it was kind of spicy too, but I guess that's to be expected from Indian food. But yeah, I don't remember samosas that I had in the past having that much of a kick to them. So I was actually like toward the end, I was like, damn, this is biting back a little bit, But it was good. I'm okay with spicy food, so I didn't mind it too much. But your mileage might vary. But yeah, $5 and something for a couple samosas, and then I got like the side of, I don't even know what the hell it was, like those yellow looking, like chickpea looking things. But it was in like a cold sauce. I took a bite, I was like, what's this? And then the sauce was cold, and I was like, huh, that's weird. I don't know, I'm sure if you're familiar with Indian food, you eat Indian food a lot, you probably know exactly what dish I'm describing, and you're probably like, oh, you don't know this? What the hell? What are you, stupid? But yeah, I just not familiar. So yeah, but it was an interesting experience biting into that and feeling that it was like ice cold. I was like, oh, so they eat spicy food and then they eat this cold stuff with it, and maybe that helps with the spice or something? I don't know. But anyway, good place, cheap food. I am filled up now and ready to go. I'm trying to go find a Wawa, I believe, right now. There's a Wawa about a 30-minute walk away. I don't know if I'm going to walk all the way there or if I'm going to take a bus or a trolley or something part of the way. But I got to get there one way or another. There might be other places to charge my phone, but this is the only place that I know of that I'm like pretty sure I'll be able to charge my phone. Hell, I might get there and then find out I can't even charge my phone, which would suck. But I'm going to try to go there at least. It's like a pretty big, 24-hour Wawa. Maybe all Wawas are 24 hours, I'm not sure. But it's pretty big, and I heard that there are like tables inside where you can come in and you can charge your phone, and that there's so much activity there that they're probably not going to like harass you to buy anything or whatever. So unless that information is outdated, which it could be, because there are a lot of places that used to have outlets and then a few years ago started like getting rid of all their public outlets, covering them up and shit, because they don't want homeless people coming in and using them. Yeah, it could be one of those situations, or it could be that they still have outlets, which is what I heard. So we're gonna find out one way or the other, I guess. Let's go. Oh, since I'm passing Clark Park again, might as well show this off. Life-size statue of Charles Dickens. So that's kind of interesting. Alright, well, like I said, I'm still at Clark Park, and I ran into Will, and I was like, where I can charge my phone around here? I don't want to walk all the way to the Wawa. He's like, right here. And I turn around, and there's a fucking extension cord plugged into this pole right here. And I was able to plug my phone right into it right there. So now I'm just sitting at this bench charging my phone. Fucking hell yeah. Good man, Will, for showing me that. Showing me this little secret. It's funny how it was right behind us and I wouldn't have even noticed. He's like, oh, right there. I'm like, oh, that extension cord right there. What the fuck? He's like, yeah, just don't fuck it up because this is ours. I'm like, all right, I got you. You know, don't fucking, don't vandalize anything. Obviously, it's common sense. You know, it shouldn't have to be said, but I understand why it has to be said because unfortunately, too many people are inconsiderate assholes and have to fuck public shit up for everybody else. You know, it just takes a few assholes to ruin everything for everyone else, and that's just the nature of life. But for now, I got this place to charge. I'm happy. I can just chill out here at the park for a little while, charging my phone, and then I can figure out where to go to make some money after that. Because that's probably what I'm going to try to do next. Make some money for a couple hours, and then hopefully end the night at if I go into a punk bar like the Tattooed Mom or Century or one of these bars I've heard about where the local punks hang out, and hopefully I can hang out and make some friends. That's the hope. Especially now that I'm in Philly, man. Like the scene here is gonna be probably bigger than anywhere I've been to so far. Like in Richmond it was pretty good, but in Philly, man, it's this is a pretty legendary spot. So I'm hoping to have a good, exciting night tonight and meet some cool people. We'll see how it goes. Oh, look who it is. Oh, he ran. There was a rat. I was like, oh, reminds me of New York. Rats, yay. Alright, my phone is all charged up. I am heading over to South Street to see what the vibe is like over there. It's like 9 o'clock right now, so it'll be like 9:30ish by the time I get over there. I decided instead of walking for over an hour, I'm just going to take the bus because everything closes down there by like 1 or 2 a.m. anyway, so I want to have as much time as possible to hang out and try to fly a sign and make some money too, maybe. So we'll see how it goes. The trolley's supposed to come in like a couple minutes, so I'm getting on a trolley and then transferring to the 40 bus, and then yeah, that should cost me like $2.90, but hopefully I'll make up for that with my sign flying money tonight. It hurts because I looked into like if courtesy rides are possible here. This seems like one of the cities where courtesy rides are not really much of a thing, and if you try to get one, you're likely to just get kicked off or worse, because even if a bus driver does give you a courtesy ride, there are like undercover transit police apparently. They can still just like fuck you for evading the fare, even if the bus driver says it's fine. So I'm not even gonna try that. I'm just gonna pay the $2.90 and hope that I make it back flying my sign tonight. Dude, I didn't even realize this in the dark. I was standing here for a few minutes, just not even realizing. But I just realized not only do they bring this seat from the park to the here. Let me see if I can turn the flash on so you can actually see. There you go. Not only do they bring this seat in the park to the bus shelter because there was no like bench here, but someone brought like a full-on wooden chair. Like I have this same kind of chair. My mom has these same kinds of chairs in her friggin' dining room. That's crazy. And someone just brought a full fucking chair like that here. Oh, yeah, the trolley is coming. God damn it, dude. I don't know what just happened, but I don't know if I got on the wrong fucking trolley. No, it says T3, but it didn't go on the route that it was saying that it would go on Google Maps. And so I didn't get off at the stop that was like 1 block away from where I needed to be because I thought it was going to have another further stop. And then the next stop was like super fucking far away. I feel like I'm even further away than I was when I was at Clark Park. I could have just walked to the fucking bus stop to catch the 40 and made it there in time probably. And meanwhile, I'm like, all right, this trolley will be slightly faster. I might as well take it because it'll be free anyway. It's a free transfer. And meanwhile, it takes me off to some fucking Timbuktu. And now I have to walk all the way back or figure out another route. And if I miss this fucking bus, which I almost certainly am going to now, then I think I have to wait like half an hour for the next one. So I'm fucking pissed right now. I'm really annoyed. I already don't have much time before everything closes up. This is not New York where everything is open 24 hours. Not that everything's open in 24 hours in New York, but like the city doesn't sleep. The streets are open 24 hours. Here, I don't know, man. Heard shit gets pretty sleepy after 2-3 a.m. So I'm trying to make good time. Now I gotta figure this shit out. Oh my god. First of all, I'm walking away from the bus stop. The bus that I want to get on does come over right over here. And yeah, since I missed the one that I was trying to take, now I have to wait 27 minutes for the next bus to come, and that's if it's not late. Oh, this is fucking ridiculous, but that's my life, I guess. Alright, here I am at the bus stop, and I have to wait 22 minutes. This is the 30 bus, so this is not my bus because I'm waiting on the 40. That's actually the 40 right there. What the heck? I think the 40 actually goes that direction, and then it like goes to South Street, and then loops around, and then it comes back over here, and it goes in that direction, and then it goes somewhere over there, and then comes back here. I think it goes in like a figure 8 sort of pattern, a very convoluted figure 8, not exactly a figure 8, but you know, that sort of thing where it crosses its own path. Even though I'm pissed that the trolley ride didn't work out as I intended and wanted it to, I must say it was kind of cool riding a trolley for the first time, because this is the first time I've ever been on like a trolley or streetcar, or whatever you want to call it. Unless maybe I went on one as a kid or something, but I don't remember it. But definitely my first time in my adult life riding one of those, so pretty neat. Just standing on this corner, kind of taking in the sights and sounds of Philly, and just feels good to be in a city like this again. I don't know how to explain what I mean by like this, but just, I don't know, it reminds me of New York in a certain way, you know. It just feels so alive and dynamic in a way that even Richmond didn't feel like this, you know. I imagine maybe if I went to certain areas, I mean, Shockoe Bottom was pretty dynamic the first night I went there, I guess, but even Shockoe Bottom, like, you know, kind of died, seemingly, on, like, weeknights, you know. But here it's like, it feels like, you know, it's a Tuesday night, but everybody's out and about doing their thing, just living life, you know, just existing. And, yeah, I don't know, I love it, you know. I don't know if this is like a 24-hour city like New York. I don't remember. Well, I said again because I was thinking about this earlier. It's one of those things that I'm not sure if I talked about it on the video or not. But, yeah, I don't think Philly's like a 24-hour city necessarily. You know, it might die down eventually, but I don't know, it just feels very alive right now, you know. I like it. I'm finally on the bus. Dude, there was this that last clip was from this guy who approached me while I was waiting at the bus stop, and he's like, yo, you got a light? I'm like, yeah. And I gave him a light, and he hits this blunt. And I thought it was just weed at first, but then he starts like stumbling backwards, like step by step, slowly but surely towards the edge of the curb. And I'm just like, what the hell is this guy on? He looks like he was freaking trank walking, dude. And he's like falling asleep and like bending over, like doing the fucking vent fold and shit. And then I smell it and I realize, oh, he fucking took a hit at K2. I'm like, oh, that K2's kicking his ass right now. That was pretty fucked up. Alright, so I made it here to South Street. Down there is where I'm going. That's apparently where the activity is going to be, but this is actually a place that just closed. They closed at 10, I think, and it's just after 10 now. But this is the Wooden Shoe, an anarchist bookstore, and it's also a record store too, I guess. And this is a place that I do want to visit at some point while I'm here, because I've heard that this might be the sort of place where, you know, they're friendly to travelers. You know, I might be able to make some friends, maybe even score a couch if I'm lucky, but also they could probably just point me in the right direction of like any resources a traveler needs, really, you know, whether it's like you know, homeless resources, or perhaps music shows if you're into looking for underground music shows and stuff. I'm sure that's the place to ask about that sort of thing too. So we're heading this way. Got some nice looking signs and storefronts and stuff, but it's not quite as busy as I was expecting based on what I heard. To be fair, you know, we're still a block away from this strip between like 6th Street and 3rd Street that I heard was going to be the active strip. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see many people walking yet, which I would think I would see more. But I guess once I get up there, maybe I'll see more. Maybe I'll see people busking and flying signs and stuff. I don't know. You'd think this would be the time of night to do it, but it's possible that Tuesday nights are just sleepy. Which is funny, because I was just talking about how, wow, this city seems like it's, you know, active at night and stuff. But ironically, that other area that I was in, that I went to by accident, that was right outside the metro station, seemed like way more active than even this, which is supposed to be the premier nightlife district. But hey, who knows? Well, maybe we'll get down there and we'll see a lot more people. Let's find out. That right there is the Tattooed Mom. This is one of the bars that I've heard about that seems like it might be a cool place. Apparently it's like a punk alternative sort of bar, and I might go and check that out at some point, especially if I can manage to drop this backpack. If I can find someone to stay with or whatever who will let me who will hold my backpack for me. I don't see much activity going on there right now, but maybe because they're closing early tonight. Maybe that's why they're closing at time. Maybe they just don't get a lot of activity on Tuesday nights, and so they're like, all right, fuck it, we'll close at 11. I think usually on Fridays and Saturdays they probably stay open until 2 a.m. or something at least. Cheesesteak place, probably lots of those around here. It's Philly, of course. Let's see what else is up here. Condom Kingdom. That is fucking ridiculous. I wonder what the hell they sell there. Fat Tuesday. It's like a fat version of Ruby Tuesday. This is cool. This sign for this Snipes place, whatever the hell that is for. What else do we got around here? That's Jim's Steaks. That's another, Pop Culture Vulture. I just saw that in Newark. I didn't know that was a chain. But, yeah, Jim's Steaks over there. That's one of the really popular cheesesteak spots around here, I guess. Obviously, I'm not interested in eating cheesesteaks. They're not vegan, but it might be a good place to fly a sign in front of or whatever. Surprised I don't see someone already there doing it. This is Milk Boy. This bar might be open late tonight. Apparently, this is one that frequently stays open super late. It's usually like one of the last ones open, so I assume, I didn't check the time yet, but I assume maybe they're open until 2 tonight, so maybe we'll end up there at some point hanging out outside, because just because everywhere else will be closed. What's this? Theater of Living Arts, evening with Andrew McMahon. That's cool. And up here we have Lorenzo and Sons Pizza, or I guess it's now Lorenzo South Street Pizza. I heard it used to be called Lorenzo and Sons. Still says that on the map. But this place is a popular pizza place here, and also usually one of the last places open. I think they close at 1 a.m. tonight, which is a little early for them, I guess. Often they're open until like 3 a.m., I heard. But, this is another good spot to, fly a sign or busk in front of probably and get some of the late night drunk people money. So I'm going to be hanging out on this little strip here. This few block strip is apparently the most active strip. And I can kind of see that. It's a little more active now that I got actually down here to these last couple blocks compared to when I first was over by the Tattooed Mom and stuff. Look, this even looks like a busking spot right here, or a sign flying spot. I could literally sit right here and just take over this spot, as long as someone else doesn't come on and be like, hey, you're in my spot. But I just gotta try to find some cardboard now, so that seems to be the next task. Alright, I found these green dumpsters conveniently located on the street with tons of cardboard in them. Got some cardboard, made my sign, and I'm gonna find a spot now. Alright, I'm back at this pizza spot, and I guess I'll just use this spot right here since there's already a chair there for me and everything, so that indicates that this must be a good spot. We'll have to check it out and see. It's almost 11 o'clock already, so I won't have too long before things start closing up here, but I'll try to at least go for a couple hours and see if I make any money.
At some point, it's funny because
it is raining. Rain day in Philadelphia. How fun. Yeah, so this is South Street during the day. It's pretty active still, as you can see. Perhaps even more active than it was at night. And that lady almost stepped into my frame and then stepped back like she didn't want to be filmed or whatever. But hey, a public property lady, but good on you for actually just stepping out of the frame instead of complaining and being like, are you filming me? Are you filming me? Delete that right now! Like some people do. But anyway, I met a traveler friend last night. That's why I haven't filmed since last night. I met a traveler friend. Their name is Joey. They're from California, and they're very cool. And we've been sticking together since last night. We slept at this one spot, kind of close by here. and you know, we've been like dodging the rain all morning. We ran into this dude named Alex, working at the smoke shop. We accidentally got him fired because he let us smoke outside the shop. We were like, oh, we're giving them free advertising, how cool. And then we talked to him afterwards, like, yeah, they said that I'm fired, I'm too personable for this job. So yeah, I felt bad about that, but he said that it wasn't just us. He said he did that with someone else last night too, and you know, it was gonna, if it wasn't us, it was gonna be someone else basically. So we're probably gonna hang out with him, and you know, Joey was talking about getting a hotel room tonight potentially, and letting me crash there, and then we were talking about maybe letting Alex crash there with us too, since we kind of feel responsible for losing him his job and everything. But yeah, I mean, he's kind of a traveler too. He's from Virginia. He drove up here. I guess he was like traveling around a little bit, like to different jobs. So he's kind of like a hobo, but he lives out of his car. And he ended up here in Philly like a month ago, I think. He's been here ever since, and he does like film and photography and stuff too. But he was doing that smoke shop job as a little side hustle or whatever, and I guess it didn't work out for him. But we're gonna try to help him out however we can. Joey's gonna try to help him out with fixing his car and stuff too. I said I'd be willing to help out as a pair of extra hands if I can, even though I don't know shit about cars. So you know, we're gonna try to do some mutual aid here. But today I think we're gonna be going to the skate park or something. So I just wanted to give a little update, and I will update you again in a bit, I guess. Hello. So it's actually Friday now. I don't think I recorded anything at all yesterday. I've just been so busy living in the moment, you know me, stupid old me, living in the moment and never monetizing. But anyway, yeah, I just been hanging out with my buddies Joey and Alex for the last few days. It's been just a whirlwind of stuff, of running back and forth to the hospital for various reasons, and nothing's crazy. Just, you know, Joey has some medical stuff that we had to deal with, but it wasn't like, it was just like routine stuff, you know. But we did go to the hospital like 2 mornings in a row, and then I spent some time flying my sign the last couple of days. I actually I did quite well last night. Last night was Thursday night, of course, and I would say I did, you know, as well as I would have expected before coming to Philly. You know, for like this is more what I expected from Philadelphia than, you know, the previous couple of days where I only made like $10 or $15 each day. You know, but to be fair, I was only working for a few hours, and so maybe I got unlucky. But yeah, last night, you know, I did well for a Thursday night, not in New York. I was like, yeah, okay, Philly showed me some love last night, you know. And tonight's Friday night, and tomorrow's Saturday night, obviously. So I'm hoping tonight and tomorrow night will be even better. Like, these are the ones that I actually expect to be the big money-making nights. So it's like, if I did that well last night, what's gonna happen tonight? I'm excited to find out. But yeah, you know, Joey and I spent a couple nights sleeping outside in pretty sketchy situations. What I would consider to be sketchy situations, at least if I was solo. We were sleeping like right near South Street here. But you know, I didn't care too much because we were like together. So like, if there's 2 people together, then you're a lot less likely to get fucked with. And I mean, this seems like a pretty safe city to just like kind of sleep on the sidewalk in a lot of places, to be honest. You know, it's definitely not like the worst for that, because I don't really see a lot of shit popping off and people like seeming to, you know, seemingly acting sketchy. And yeah, I don't know, not around this area at least. Maybe in Kensington. Probably wouldn't want to fall asleep there. But yeah, so we were sleeping outside, just these places where, you know, I wouldn't want to sleep alone. And then last night they actually had to leave and go to Pittsburgh, and after we spent all day yesterday trying to activate a card and then like get their car out of the impound lot because of some, it's a long story. But yeah, basically we finally got their car out of the impound lot at the end of the day, and they had to head out to Pittsburgh. But they should be back in like a week. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully they make it back and everything goes smoothly, and it's not like one fucking hiccup after another, like these last few days seemingly have been. But anyway, yeah, I'm having trouble figuring out like kind of what to say right now, because I'm thinking about how to summarize the last few days and like summarize the important things that went on. And I feel like a lot of nothing went on, like not a lot, not much that was of import. Because like I said, a lot of time I just spent flying my sign, and a lot of time we kind of spent sitting around waiting on, like they were on hold for like 3 or 4 hours on with just trying to activate this card yesterday, for example. So we were just kind of sitting around during that, a decent amount of time spent just walking from place to place, like, yeah, there were some interesting things that happened. I mean, like, yeah, we'll try to get into it later if it comes up, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I'm tired right now. So I haven't been getting great sleep the last few nights, even though, like I said, we have been sleeping. You might be able to tell that I'm a lot of it. And, yeah, I just, we were supposed to get a hotel room last night. That ended up falling through. And I doubt that's going to happen at this point. I might end up getting enough money to get a hotel room, but would I want to spend it on that? Like, if someone else is like, I'll buy you a hotel room, that's one thing. But if it's like I have the money to get a hotel room, then it's like, well, I'd rather usually just sleep outside and have money on food or something. But yeah, there's still some stuff I wanted in town, because I didn't get to go and do many of the things that I was planning on because of just the all the shit that was happening the last couple days. But now that Joey's out of town, and I'm kind of solo again. I mean, Alex is still here. I'm still gonna be hanging out with Alex, but I'm hoping that we can maybe like kind of go and get some more stuff done, because there was a lot of stuff we had to do when Joey was here. A lot of just like kind of boring logistical stuff. Like I said, just involved with like getting their car and getting their money and stuff like that, and getting them to Pittsburgh, because they had to be in Pittsburgh by today, But yeah, I'm going to Whole Foods right now anyway to get some breakfast. I'm kind of pissed at this Whole Foods right now, because I actually got like fucking harassed by them yesterday, accused of stealing, which is a little ridiculous. Because I'm definitely not stealing on this occasion. I spent like $35 there yesterday, and I went in to get some breakfast, and I got some grapes and some soup, and some crackers and a drink. Came out to $13, and then they came up to me after I sat down to eat, and they're like, "You didn't pay for that soup, apparently." I'm like, "What do you mean I didn't pay for the soup?" They're like, someone said they didn't see you scan that soup. I'm like, well, I did scan the soup. I'm like, oh wait, well, I didn't actually scan it. I like didn't see the barcode on it, but I searched it like in the system, and I was like, yeah, the soup was $5. I was like, I don't, like, you have a receipt? I'm like, no, I don't have a receipt. The machine didn't print a receipt. I didn't know I would need one, but I can show you the order total on like Cash App, because I had paid with Cash App, and I showed them the order total was like $13. And I'm like, see, the grapes here were $5, the drink was $2 and something, the crackers were 50 cents, so there's one more $5 item. If I didn't pay for the soup, then what's the other $5 mystery item that brought the total to $13? Because they were first trying to tell me like, oh, well, the order total, that's not going to be enough, we need an actual receipt. I'm like, dude, work with me here. I don't have a receipt. Your machines don't automatically print receipts. If every customer is going to require a fucking receipt in order to not be harassed about stealing from the store, then your machines should be automatically printing receipts, you would think. But no, they were just fucking with me because I had a big backpack, It was obvious fucking discrimination. Because then they go up to Joey too. And they're like, are you gonna pay for that stuff? When Joey's still picking out their food. I've already paid $13. Joey's got like $20 worth of food that I'm about to pay for as well, because I had the money on my cards and stuff. And yeah, so we spent like $35 total, you know, like 21 or $22 on them, $13 for my shit. And, you know, we're getting treated like we're fucking stealing from the store, you know? Because I have backpacks and Joey has fucking like face tattoos and dreadlocks and shit. Like, what's the deal, man? So I found it pretty ridiculous. And they had like 2 dudes come over and they were like all trying to corner me. And Alex had seen me pay too, but Alex had walked out of the store for a minute to get something or whatever, so he wasn't even there to defend me. So I'm just like there by myself, and the guy comes up, he's like, hey, you didn't pay for that? I'm like, no, I did pay for that. And as I'm arguing with him, the other guy, he's like the manager or something, he comes over, you know, starts arguing too. I'm like, listen, man, they didn't give me a receipt. But I explained the whole thing. That I'm like, what's the other $5 item? Surely, you know, you have surveillance footage or whatever. You should see if there was another item that was $5 or so that I paid for and put away in my bag or something. You should have footage of that, right? So, or the person who saw me not scan the soup should have seen me, you know, scan this other item or whatever, right? And they're just like, they didn't want to admit they were wrong, but I think they were maybe starting to feel kind of stupid. But they were still acting like they were fucking suspicious. It was so fucking dumb, you know. And they were like, oh, well, we'll let it slide this time since there's no receipt, but just try to have a receipt next time. You know, make sure you have a receipt next time. I'm like, yeah, thanks, I will, asshole. I wish I did have a fucking receipt. And you know what? They should be able to go back in the system and, like, reprint the receipt. I kept telling them, I was like, is there no way for you to look at the previous transactions? Like, go back in the computer and, you know, look at the previous, you know, and print, or look at previous receipts, or print your previous receipt. Like, there's got to be a way for you to, you guys have advanced technology here, you know, to the point where you were on my ass for 2.5 seconds for apparently not scanning the soup because I didn't see the fucking barcode, and I looked up 8-ounce soup manually in the system instead, you know. So yeah, that was bullshit, and I feel like they should have been able to do more to work with me to, like, you know, sort of prove my innocence. You know, they should have been like, okay, we can look at the security camera footage and see you fiddling with the computer for 30 to 60 seconds as you try to figure out how to ring up the soup, you know. And then they also like, oh, and you left that one. They said you walked away and came back without scanning the soup. And I'm like, yeah, I left and went and grabbed a drink because I scanned the fucking grapes. I weighed the grapes, you know, and paid for them. Scanned the soup or looked up the soup, scanned the crackers, and I'm like, oh, I want a drink. I went back, grabbed the drink, came back, scanned that, paid for it. And they're trying to say I didn't fucking pay for the fucking soup. Like I'm gonna fucking spend $30 at Whole Foods and I'm gonna steal a $5 soup. Like, what the hell, man? You know, like, I don't necessarily knock anyone for, you know, stealing food from fucking stores like Whole Foods if they're hungry, you know. If that's what you gotta do, that's what you gotta do, man. Like, if you're hungry, you know, it's, at least you're not stealing from a fucking, like, person who needs that. You're stealing from a fucking, like, you know, store. I don't really approve of, like, boosting, like, people who do it for, like, just as, like, a business who, like, just steal valuable shit just to resell it. But if you're stealing just because you need some fucking food, whatever, you know. But I feel ashamed about it, and I'm not, like, I don't need to steal. People help me enough. They give me enough money that I can buy my own food, or they give me food. I don't need to steal. So for them to come up to me after I just paid $13 and when I was about to pay another fucking $21 or something, and to say, like, to act like I'm some kind of fucking criminal and be like, you know, act like I'm stealing and shit, it's just, it was just incredibly annoying. But anyway, now I'm gonna go back to that same Whole Foods. Unfortunately, this is the only places around here where I can get decent vegan breakfast options. And honestly, that chickpea soup that they accused me of not paying for was pretty fire, unfortunately, you know. So I have to go back there now and try to get something for breakfast. I'm fucking starving. So yeah, that's the update, and I'll try to update you again soon. I'm thinking of maybe trying to go to FDR Skatepark today or something. I want to, you know, start doing some stuff around town, like, instead of just hanging around here all the time. I've been hanging in this area around South Street for like 3 days, you know. But I do need to come out here to South Street again tonight and try to make money. I want to try to fly my sign at the subway station at some point too, maybe the SEPTA station, because those might be good, especially on weekdays. But for Friday and Saturday nights, South Street is probably going to be a spot, so I'll keep you updated, hopefully. Okay, this is crazy. Somehow, my Google Maps was saying I had a 13-minute walk to Whole Foods. And then I started recording that video, that last segment, and it was like 13 minutes long. So after I ended that, I was like, okay, I should be around Whole Foods right now. And now I'm 17 minutes from Whole Foods in the other direction. Like, I walked too far. I walked somehow right past South Street and then went, kept going even further than from South Street than where I started from. So I don't know what the fuck is up with that. I don't know what kind of sorcery this is, but I'm not digging it today. I gotta use the bathroom. I gotta fucking eat. I gotta freshen up. Change my clothes, hopefully. Like, this is not a fucking game. This is quite nice. I guess I might as well film this real quick, since no dog or people on the fountain. Aw, that's no fun. But yeah, I might as well film this real quick since I'm passing through. This is Washington Square, I guess. I guess that's George Washington over there, which is probably the namesake of the square, if I had to guess. The funny thing about me walking too far is that, like, someone's probably gonna watch the video and, like, be from here or be familiar with this place and notice that I was passing South Street. And like, I thought you said you were going to Whole Foods on South Street. Where are you going? You're passing South Street. And, I'm just oblivious to it. And then they're gonna see the part where it's like, oh my god, I passed South Street. And they're like, I told you, you fucking idiot. Yeah, okay. Oh, I also met these guys last night named Matt and Maggie outside of the Tattooed Mom when I was like flying my sign. The dude comes up to me. He seemed drunk. He was acting a little crazy, and like he started drawing all over my sign and trying to make it better. But I think he just kind of ruined it. But I didn't mind because they gave me $6 and they chatted with me for a while and they seemed pretty cool. And I ended up we exchanged numbers and everything. And he was talking about traveling to different places, like in the Poconos and stuff. And he was like, "Oh, you should come sometime," So we exchanged numbers, and he was like, "Yeah, maybe," talking about maybe taking me on a trip out into the mountains sometime or something. Which, I don't do many backcountry trips or whatever. But hey, maybe I'd be down to try it, right? I have done that sort of thing before, kind of, but I don't like it very much, but it could be fun with another person and going to a place I've never been to before, It could be a fun new experience. And Maggie was really cool too. It's funny because she seemed a lot more like kind of down to earth, I guess, than he was. Like, he was just saying a bunch of crazy shit, being very cryptic. And he was speaking so cryptically that at times I had to be like, what the hell did he just say? What does he mean by that? And I would I would try to rephrase the question to see if I understood it correctly. And he'd be like, no, man. And he'd look at her, and then she would, like, translate into plain English. And I'd be like, oh, okay. And then I'd be able to answer the question. I found that to be a pretty funny dynamic. They were cute. They were funny. They were cool. And, Matt was a fucking character, man. Alright, I'm here outside the Whole Foods. I just went in and ranted to one of the employees, the poor cashier, about my experience yesterday, just because she seemed nice and I wanted to vent to someone about it at the Whole Foods. I was like, you weren't working yesterday, right? She's like, no. I was like, yeah, well, I was accused of stealing, She's like, yeah, we do have some ravenous security guards. I was like, yeah, you don't say. And I explained the whole fucking situation to her. And I was like, yeah, well, if they let me off they're gonna let me slide, no, I'll let this one slide, because they're lucky I'm not pettier than I am. But yeah, she was cool. She is sympathetic. She seemed sympathetic, at least. Maybe she was actually secretly like, this crazy homeless dude just stop fucking ranting me and get in my face. But she acted nice, at least. You know, Whole Foods should be thankful that they have employees like her to calm down the angry customers that have been aggrieved by their fucking security or whatever the fuck they are, whatever they call themselves, stupid rent-a-cops. But anyway, yeah, I'm here. This is actually where I was flying my sign yesterday. Not that step, but like the farther step, right in front of that doorway. And I was there for like hours just sitting on that step with all my shit set out there, thinking that like it was, you know, an unoccupied building. And then all of a sudden a dude comes out, and I guess he had ordered DoorDash or whatever. He was like, "Oh, I'm just trying to pick up some food." I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." I started like immediately moving myself. He's like, "No, it's all good. It's all good, man. I'm just trying to get some food real quick." He seemed kind of amused that we were just like set up outside his front porch. And my Alex was like, "All right, is it cool if we sit here?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't care, man." I was like, "All right, well, I'm gonna move anyway, because even if he thinks it's cool, you know, he might be in an apartment building with, there might be other people who live there, you know, who knows if everyone's gonna be cool with it." So I moved, you know, over into the spot between the two steps, so that I wouldn't be getting in anyone's way. But I made good money there. Sat there for a while, and then later, after Whole Foods like closed and shit, when it was like getting late at night, 9, 10, I went further down, and I started moving further and further down, all the way down till I ended up at, you know, in front of Lorenzo's at the end of the night, which is usually where I end up at the end of the night, since they're like one of the last places open on this block. But anyway, yeah, another thing I wanted to talk about before that I forgot to talk about because there was so much on my mind, I wasn't sure where to start. I was talking about how Joey and I were staying in a bunch of sketchy spots. Yeah, so the reason I brought that up was because all that it was to say that last night was the first night where, you know, I had to figure out where to sleep without Joey being there. And Alex was like, I mean, he just sleeps in his car, and he usually just goes like around the block somewhere around here, and it sleeps in what I would consider very sketchy spots as well. And he sleeps with his top down and just like with his door open so he can fully stretch out because he's pretty tall. And yeah, he just fucking parks on the side of the road, you know, kind of pretty busy, like, well, at least a residential area, so it's like pretty quiet at night. But you know, it's still, I don't know, too easy to get to for my liking, you know. But he insisted on going to, you know, one of his usual spots last night, and I just slept right next to his car. He slept in the car with the door open and shit, and, you know, we were fine. But I did feel sketched out in the morning when I was waking up to people walking their dogs next to me and shit. I was like, oh man, these poor people, seeing these bums just sleeping on the sidewalk in their cute little residential neighborhood. But hey, we're bringing their rent values down, right? That's what I figured. That's what I said about this guy too. When he came out, I was like, well, I guess he doesn't care. We're hanging out here because we're bringing his rent down by bringing the homeless vibe right at his front doorstep. Oh my god, man, funny shit. But yeah, anyway, that is all that is to say that tonight I want to try to find a better spot. I hope that, like, I was really tired last night, so I was just like, whatever, you know, Alex, drive us to wherever you want, and we'll just chill there. But I'm gonna try to convince him to come to a better spot tonight, or he doesn't have to come. I mean, he can sleep here, and I can go to a better spot myself. But I'm gonna try to at least get to a better spot tonight, hopefully, if I'm not too tired. Because yeah, that spot was just weird, and I think there are spots where we won't have to worry as much about getting up as early, you know, because they don't get active as early, you know, like industrial sort of areas. And we just, you know, if we're not in a residential area, even if, you know, workers are coming to work, I'm not as worried about them being disturbed by homeless people sleeping around on the sidewalk as I am about, like, just, you know, fucking residents in a residential area just seeing homeless people sleeping outside the doorstep. I mean, not like people should be offended like that by that. It is kind of stupid, you know. It's just people fucking sleeping because they have nowhere else to sleep, you know. But you know, I get that it brings a certain vibe to the area that some people, it's not everyone's cup of tea exactly. So yeah. But anyway, we'll see how successful I am at that. I want to try to do at least one cool thing today. I might try to finally go to Wooden Shoe Books down there, because they might have some interesting information for me. I might be able to meet some fellow travelers there. Hell, maybe the people who work there are like former travelers or something. But I'm wondering if they could point me in the right direction of where I might be able to meet other travelers in town, or former travelers, or people who are squatting or whatever. If I could get into a squat, that would be cool, but that might be unlikely. There was one guy that was talking about possibly, I don't know if he lives in a squat or his regular apartment, but he was talking about like having to vote with his roommates to get Joey and I into his apartment, and we were like, oh, that's nice, but we don't, it was late at night, so we didn't want to do that at the time. But if I go back and talk to him, it's possible that he could get me in, at least for a night, so I could shower and stuff, which would be helpful at this point. Yeah, so I've got some options, and I want to possibly go to FDR Skatepark today, so maybe we do Wooden Shoe Books and FDR Skatepark today as a tentative plan. We'll see if that works out, and then I definitely want to spend some good time, a good amount of time flying my sign tonight to try to save up some more money so I'm not like on the verge of running out like I was, for the last couple of days, and yeah, and then hopefully find a good, safe place to sleep. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, I decided to come to Washington Square Park here. There's a lot of Washington Square Parks, it seems. Oh, wait, I was just here, actually. Yeah, this is the park I was just at. I was about to introduce it, but then I saw that fountain, and it all came back to me. I realized, wait, I was just here. I came here by accident when I was trying to get to Whole Foods, and I walked past it. But yeah, I decided to come back here because it was the closest park that had a decent amount of space for laying down in. And I decided to come here and just try to lay in the grass for a little bit with my shoes and socks off, because I haven't been able to take my shoes off and socks for like a few days. And, my feet were getting pretty pruny in there, and starting to get blistered and stuff, which that's never a good thing. So I decided before I do anything today, before I do anything else, I should probably just come here and try to lay down for a little bit, at least like a couple hours, and just air out my feet and rest them a little bit, because yeah, they need that, and I think that will go a long way to improving the longevity of my feet and making them feel a little bit better, And I just have to make sure I keep consistently doing this every day. Even if I can't take my shoes off at night because I'm sleeping in a sketchy spot or whatever, during the day I need to at least make a point of coming to a park like this and just laying out and resting my feet for at least a couple hours, because that is crucial to maintaining your foot health, keeping your feet dry and clean, and everything like that. I'm going to change my socks too probably when I leave this place. I'm going to put on new socks, and yeah, the only problem is then I'll have to have another dirty clothes bag, and I'll have to figure out doing laundry again. But laundry is $5. Honestly, I might just change into a brand new set of clothes and then immediately just launder this set of clothes that I'm wearing now. Like, usually I'd wait until I had multiple dirty sets of clothes, but like I just don't feel like carrying around dirty clothes, because like after a while, even if you put them in a plastic bag, like you start smelling it from the outside, and it's just like it's just unpleasant. So I might just go change my clothes and then fucking do laundry again today or something. Who knows? But yeah, we'll see. For now, I'm just gonna focus on letting my feet rest for a little bit, and then we'll see where to go from there. Yo, we're in the park, and this squirrel is here, just fucking chomping on some nuts or something.
See if I can bait him over with this.
Bait him over by offering him a nut. He's like, oh.
He sees it. He sees it.
Is he curious? Does he want the nut? Or does he want the cigarette?
No, I think he wants the nut. Look at him.
Nothing like a good nut. That's what he's thinking. This is a cool view right here. I'm walking down Market Street right now. I left Washington Square Park, and that building's cool too. I actually saw that from the park. I'm headed towards the Reading Market Terminal, which I heard was a cool place. Someone recommended it to me, so it was somewhere I wanted to visit and film at some point anyway. And they have like hundreds of like different shops there and stuff, including food, which is convenient because I'm hungry right now. So I figured I can go there, get some lunch, and kill two birds with one stone. So that's what I'm doing right now. And yeah, I just wanted to record for a minute here so you can see this lovely view. I'm not sure exactly what that building is up ahead, but it looks very iconic. That one that's like kind of partially obscured there. I know the tallest building in this city is like a Comcast building or something, I think, and It's over 1,000 feet tall, and it's, I think, the tallest building in the country outside of New York or Chicago. So that's an interesting fact. And that might actually be it right there, but I'm not too sure. Looks like we got some rather cool looking rappel tags up there on that building. Okay, I feel like I'm here, kind of, but I don't know exactly if this is like considered part of Reading Terminal Market or if Reading Terminal Market is technically over here. Maybe it's technically over here, I don't know. Because there are these barriers. I'm not sure what those are for, but I think this is where all the stores are. Oh, okay. This is it. Reading Terminal Market since 1893. Alright. So I guess it's indoors. That's cool. Let's go in. Oh, wow. It's quite expansive in here. Got fresh produce over here. It's cool. Bunch of shit here. Juices. Oh, and this is where you have all the eating places, I guess. Wow. Everything's kind of crammed tightly together in here. I heard it was going to be busy, but wasn't sure exactly how busy. Now I know. Lots of cheesesteak places, I guess, as you expect from Philly. Actually, I'm gonna try a vegan cheesesteak today. I tried one from the Tattooed Mom the other night, and unfortunately I wasn't crazy about it, so I'm gonna try another one today from a different place, and we'll see how it is. Oh, creperie, oui, oui. Sixth Avenue. There are streets inside here. Gotta go that way. Gotta go this way. Malls. Oh, this is gluten-free, vegan, and halal. That's interesting. That's not exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for. It's called like Love's Vegan Deli. I think it's supposed to be over here somewhere, but it might take a bit of looking around to find it since everything is so tight in here and there's so many different things. I don't even know where to fucking look. Doesn't seem to be like, I don't know if there's like a map anywhere. That would be helpful. Wait, oh, I think this is it. What's this? Lox. How is Lox vegan? And tuna salad. Maybe it's vegan tuna and lox somehow. Okay, pastries and stuff. Vegan ham. I'll say that vegan cold cuts and stuff. Alright, interesting. Oh, they do have maps. They actually have a map right on the counter of this place. That's actually quite useful. Would have been good to know about before. But hey, I still found the place at least. It's quite cool how this place has like everything, you know, like all different kinds of cuisine from all around the world, you know. It is actually quite nice. I'm glad that this place is recommended to me. Alright, I just made possibly the worst financial decision of my life because I was just wandering around here looking for a drink and I found this Mexican Coke. I was like, let me just get that. I know it's gonna be overpriced. Oh yeah, absolutely. And I ended up spending over $5.28 for this fucking single bottle of Coke, which is ridiculous. No. But on the bright side, the lady at the vegan deli place gave me 2 pickles when I just paid for 1, so that makes up for the overpriced Coke, I guess. I wanted a cold drink real quick, and that was the first thing I saw. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna overpay. I didn't know I'd overpay that much. Anyway, I got a vegan cheesesteak, so we're gonna see how it is. It's better than the one at the Tattooed Mom. All right, I'm out of that place now. It was really crowded, so I'm kind of glad to be out of there. But yeah, I mean the cheesesteak was okay. Honestly, I couldn't finish the whole thing. It wasn't really my thing. I think I'm done eating vegan cheesesteaks until I get back to New York and try the Plantega ones. But yeah, I just I don't know, man. I think that like it wasn't the seitan itself that was bad, which is the substitute for the steak. But I think in this case it was just like too peppery for me. That was my main issue with it. So it wasn't even like anything related to like the meat or cheese substitutes. It was just like too much peppers, like the huge chunks of peppers. I feel like no cheesesteak I've had in the past has had that intense of a pepper flavor to it. And I'm not big on peppers, so if you're big on peppers, then maybe you'd like that more. But anyway, I still have to recommend the place because the lady who helped me was really sweet and gave me an extra pickle. And I don't know her name, but it's probably for the best that I don't mention her name anyway, even if I did know it, because I don't want her to get in trouble with her bosses for sneaking me that extra pickle. I really appreciate her for that. But anyway, my phone's dying, so I'm going to try to go across the street to this Marriott here, which is connected to the Philadelphia Convention Center. And I'm pretty sure I should be able to just walk in here into the lobby and plug my phone in and chill, and nobody should bat an eye, because I think like non-hotel guests who are just here for an event at the convention center, or who are just passing through for it, it's just like traveling, basically travelers come in there all the time and just like hang out, for one reason or another, while they're waiting for rides or whatever. So I should be able to get away with it from what I've heard, and if not, I will go somewhere else, probably to the Capital One Cafe. I'm supposed to be meeting Alex there anyway, but right now I don't think I'll be able to make it all the way there without my phone dying. Well, I could, but I don't feel like walking all the way. I want to get some charge on my phone first, right here at this Marriott, and yeah, then I'll go meet him in a little bit, I guess. It's a cool looking sign right there. Too bad the flag is in the way of me getting a good shot, but yeah, you get the idea. Alright, well, this is the Marriott. We're gonna see if there's outlets over here or anything. Oh, looks like there are. Perfect. Alright, I have fully charged my phone, and I also finally got to upload that Delaware video that I took a few days ago. So that's good. That'll be up tomorrow, as of the recording of this video. It will obviously already be up by the time you're hearing this, since this video will come out after the Delaware video. But I found a ground score while I was down there. Someone just dropped $13 on the ground, a 10 and 3 singles, and I was just like, I looked around and sat for a minute to see if anyone would claim it, like if someone had just dropped it or whatever, but that didn't seem to be the case. And so I just casually walked over and picked it up as if I had dropped it, and I was like, well, I guess that's the universe paying me back for getting ripped off paying over $5 for that Mexican Coke before. Anyway, now I'm not sure if this is technically still part of the hotel or part of the convention center. This is a cool view right here, but yeah, they're connected, so this might be like technically the convention center. I followed signs saying this way to the convention center. Ooh, free water. I'm actually just looking for a restroom right now, though. There was a restroom downstairs, and it was like, oh, guests only. What the hell? Okay, this is a men's room, but it's locked. Women? Locked too. Okay, well that is not gonna work, I guess. I doubt there are more restrooms down here. Why would they lock the restrooms like that? That's so stupid. Alright, well, luckily I don't have to go that badly, so if I don't find a restroom in here, I can probably just head out and go somewhere else, but it would be nice if I could find a freaking restroom before I leave. At any rate, it's cool to be able to just walk around this place a little bit and explore the convention center, hotel complex, whatever the fuck it's, whatever the hell this is considered. I guess this is probably still part of the hotel, but this is all meeting rooms, so it's not like the part of the hotel where guests like stay at or whatever, you know. Oh, it says this way to the convention center. What the hell is this? Head House Tower. Global Ophthalmology Reception. Oh, that's the convention center. Okay, is there no... I guess there's no bathrooms here. Shit. I don't know if I'm supposed to be going this way. I don't know if this is public. Oh, wow. This is really cool, though. Oh, Hard Rock Cafe. Huh. That's pretty iconic. Reminds me of Nashville and New York and Paris and all those other places that have Hard Rock cafes. I think there was one in Atlanta that I saw too. Always with that spinning guitar, man. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I like that there's this little like covered walkway where you can see out onto the street. That's where I need to go. Does this go outside or inside? Is this an indoor fucking Liberty Ballroom? Yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to be here. Oh, convention center that way. Yeah, I don't know. I'm lost. I just need the freaking bathroom, man. It's cool though, definitely. All right. Saw another sign saying there are more restrooms this way, perhaps. So I don't know. We'll see if we get lucky this time. What the hell is this? This isn't restrooms, is it? Nah, it's an elevator and shit. Alright, I'm giving up on that. I'm gonna find a bathroom somewhere else. Fuck it. Oh, nice. Looks like it has already been raining out here. Which I guess doesn't surprise me too much because I was told by my friend that it's been raining on and off. I just hope I can find some dry cardboard for my sign. So, yeah, that's gonna be the plan. I'm gonna try to go into that tunnel over there actually at the Reading Terminal Market. I think they just closed not too long ago. And there's like a bunch of loading bays I heard inside that tunnel. And if that is the case, then I should probably be able to go there and find a bunch of clean cardboard that people are throwing out at the end of the day and stuff, you know. So we'll see how it goes. All right, the loading bays in that tunnel were a no-go. I didn't find any cardboard in there. So I'm gonna go down the block to CVS here. I'm gonna ask them if I can have like a broken down box. If they have like an extra just box I can have. Hopefully they'll say yes. This is pretty cool. This is like this massive underground concourse connecting different subway stations here in the city center. And it's kind of like this big maze of underground tunnels and shit. It's pretty cool, actually. I've just been walking along trying to find a suitable place to fly a sign. But the thing is, I don't see any foot traffic down here, which I would expect to see. So I don't know, it might be best to go upstairs somewhere. But I'll keep walking this way. It's supposed to get busier as we get closer to City Center and 15th Street, I think. And now we're at like 13th Street, 14th Street, so we're getting closer. I think City Center station should be up there. So I think this is supposed to be the busiest station in the city. So let's see what it looks like it on a Friday night. Oh, well, it seems like this exit is blocked off. So that's gonna probably hurt the amount of foot traffic here. But we shall see, I guess. See, these are the fare gates. Is there anything back here? Or is this just... No, just a wall. Okay. Well, we can't go past there, so we're heading back, I guess. Didn't realize as we come to a dead end, I wouldn't be able to get up these stairs here. But so be it. We will backtrack to the previous set of stairs. Where the hell am I now? I came up some stairs and thought I would be back near the Reading Terminal or whatever. Oh, wait, there's stairs through there. Okay, I was like, how do I get up from here? How do I get out? I think it's this way. Oh wait, I just realized, I think this is the Fashion District Mall that I've heard about. Yeah, it's funny because I was looking into like, are there bathrooms in the SEPTA station? And the information I found was like, oh, well, in the SEPTA station, bathrooms are locked down because people are always shooting up in there, which, you know, can be expected. But it's like, go to the Fashion District Mall because there you'll find bathrooms that are not gate kept. And, oh, that's pretty cool. Strike zone. That is. But, anyway, and I was like, oh, wait, what's this? And I look on the wall, it says Fashion District. I'm like, oh, well, this looks like a mall. Oh, there's restrooms right there. How convenient. Yeah, it's popping on South Street tonight, and it's prime money-making hours. And I made like 40 bucks today so far. We got a couple hours left of activity here, so we'll see how much more we can do. Finally made it to Rittenhouse Square. Someone's sleeping over there.
Yeah, look at that.
It looks like you can... Oh, someone's busking. What the hell are they busking with? Some kind of keyboard thing? There's a goat thing. Yeah, it looks like there's all kinds of activities happening here. Definitely seems like the place that would be a competitive busking spot. It reminds me of Washington Square Park in New York, kind of, which is always a super competitive busking spot, notoriously. There's a cute little fountain here too.
No swimming in the fountain.
Yeah, I guess not.
Over there is where they usually do the chess.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, the chess tables. They got the chess hustlers here.
Is it?
Can't have a city without a public park with chess hustlers. I mean, Clark Park has chess hustlers too, I'm pretty sure.
There's one dude that shows up every Sunday. Sits over there, sets up a little chess table. It's like $5 or no, I think it's donate what you want to play him, right? But I think the minimum is $1 to play, right? Absolute master chess player, like really good.
Yeah.
Really good player.
That's what they usually do in New York too. They're like, oh, you gotta pay me, or they're like, you gotta bet me some money or whatever.
I might come back tomorrow and play. Play a couple of hours with them.
Yeah, are you a good chess player?
Not bad, but I'm better than average player, but I'm not like chess.
We're selling art over there or something. Some flowers over here. Produce. Looks like they got a big they got a lot of street vendors here. That's kind of interesting. Kind of statue right there. Children doing something, fighting over something perhaps. Lots of benches here, so that's nice, but they're pretty much all occupied because this park is so popular. Oh, these benches aren't occupied. I wonder why. I wonder why nobody's sitting on these fucking benches. Take a fucking guess. It's weird how they have this whole fence. They have these fences along the edges of the walkways, so you can't even get into the grassy area to hang out.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to do it. Oh, I see. See, I heard this from a distance, and I thought it was like an accordion, but he's playing. It's some kind of keyed instrument. It's not like it's not a piano thing. It doesn't sound like piano at all. See, this is the thing that I thought was an accordion. It's like a fucking keyed thing. That's cool. So this guy's doing art too. Selling something. I don't know. Maybe. If the price was right. More art.
What's good? Why do you keep
There are these street vendors. These are lined up I'm not sure if they're around all the edges, like all 4 of them, but they are lined up around at least a couple of the edges of the park. With pickled vegetables and stuff. Some kind of drinks. So I met this guy named Zaire just now with Alec, who I guess Alex already knew him. But he was cool. He was doing some kind of work for some nature conservatory group or whatever, trying to collect donations for that cause. And apparently he works at Whole Foods too, part-time, and he was there. He said he was probably there the other day when that whole incident went down, with them accusing me of stealing and stuff. So that was pretty funny. He didn't say he didn't know exactly what happened, but he's like, yeah, I probably was there. So I described the whole incident to him. He's like, yeah. you know, they're a little crazy there sometimes. And pretty much, you know, concurred with what the cashier had told me. So anyway, Alex kind of checked out our conversation and went to check on his car in the middle of it. So I'm gonna go try to find him. Hopefully he's back at his car and he doesn't try to find me going a different way than I'm going to find him. Because if he were to do something like that, then we might miss each other. And that wouldn't be very good because then I have to call him and figure out where the hell he's at. But yeah, I mean, I think we've seen enough of Rittenhouse Square for now. It's pretty cool. I think I might try to go somewhere to charge my phone or something, or certainly get a drink at least. I was just standing in the hot sun for a while, having that little chat, and I'm just kind of hot and thirsty. Oh, there's Alex at his car over there. His little beat up Miata. Dude, last night, I think I remember saying yesterday that, like, oh, you know, I'm going to try to sleep somewhere safer. We didn't have sleeping somewhere safer. We went to another, just like fucking residential street. Apparently it ended up being the only street around with that didn't have 2-hour parking. So that was kind of lucky. But, so yeah, we went to the sketchy ass residential street. Hey, buddy. And he's got a new tag on his car too, and a sticker. How cool! I'm just taking a video. But yeah, last night we went to another random ass residential street, and just I just kind of slept on the sidewalk. He just kind of slept right here with his door hanging wide open, and it was it looked like the most scuffed sleeping situation ever. And I was wondering what the hell the dog walkers would think in the morning when they saw us just laying there. But, you know, no one called the cops or anything, so I guess it was chill. You know, it worked out. And, you know, we didn't want to waste gas by going too far away, so it was, you know, it seemed like the most viable option, I guess. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. So, now we gotta figure out where to go next. I ended up coming back to Rittenhouse Park and just hanging out here for a while and resting and everything. I don't really know what else he's been up to. He went back to his car and hung out there for a little bit, I guess. And now the sky's looking pretty ominous, and the forecast is saying it's supposed to rain soon for a short period of time, but it's supposed to be like heavy. So gotta figure out how to get out of the rain now. I'm about to pack up my stuff here and head out. Alex texted me saying that he was going to head back to South Street. I don't know if he already left or not. If he did, then that kind of sucks for me, because that means I'm kind of stuck here pretty far away from South Street. But I could go to the Capital One Cafe or something and get out of the rain, and then after the rain stops, I could walk back to South Street, and it would probably be like a 20-30 minute walk, you know. So that's we'll probably head out and see if Alex is left or not yet, and see what we're gonna do next. Alright, I decided to come here, but it looks like it's fucking packed in there, so that is maybe a bit of a problem. Hopefully I'll be able to find a place to sit down and charge my phone, because if not, I might have to walk all the way to like fucking back to the Marriott Hotel or something. Check out those tags up there. That's a cool little spot. Not bad, whoever did that. Not bad. Well, we get some street performance. That's cool. Anyway, I just left the Capital One Cafe, and I am outside again because it is sunny. I waited out the rain, and it's time to head to South Street and hopefully make some money, some good money today, since it's gonna be Saturday evening, and I should have like a good solid 8 hours there to make money if I'm like working constantly. There was when I was in here, I was actually dozing off a little bit, and there was a worker that came up to me and woke me up in like 5 minutes, and I was like, yeah, I kind of expected that to happen, because it is you know, owned by Capital One Bank, and banks are usually pretty serious about security and shit. So I figured you know, they're allowing people to, you know, come in and hang out and charge their phones, use the bathroom, whatever. But as soon as you try to fall asleep, you're getting fucking tapped on the shoulder. They're like, you better not try to sleep in here. So I was like, sorry, sir. And then I put on some sunglasses, and he came back and looked at me, and like I wasn't actually sleeping, but I was like falling asleep here and there. Like my eyes would close sometimes because I was so tired. I was like, fuck it. If I put on these sunglasses, they'll never know. So he did actually come up to me when I had the sunglasses on, and he looked at me like he was about to say something, but then I looked at him and I moved and like did something with my phone, and he could see that I was awake. So I was like, yeah, not this time, motherfucker. Nice try though. Anyway, gonna try to head to South Street now. Let's go. Oh, they have a Bombas store here. That's cool. I've never seen a physical store for these this sock brand, but I have worn these socks before because. See right there, it says one purchased, one donated. Apparently they give out lots of socks to homeless people, and I guess it's true because I have been, I have gotten Bombas socks before for free at homeless shelters and stuff, and homeless clothes giveaways, and so that's really cool of them. You know, I gotta say I support the company for that. I support what they're doing and everything. I appreciate the free socks because like socks are so fucking important when you're living on the streets. But that being said, I don't know what it is. But like, I've seen advertisements that are like, oh, one size fits all. They're super comfortable. I don't know what it is about my feet or my situation, whatever. But when I tried to wear Bombas socks, they always like just constricted my feet so much and felt so uncomfortable that I just ended up giving them away to other people. So I don't know if I just got the wrong kind. I thought there was only one size, so I don't know. I don't know what the problem was there. But everyone I talked to says, yeah, they're perfectly comfortable and fine. But for me, they just, they're too tight for some reason. They just don't work for me, so I gotta wear different kinds of socks. But, you know, still, shout out to Bombas for doing the fucking, you know, the whole donating socks thing, because, you know, socks are important, like I said. Not sponsored or anything. It's kind of ironic that I'm like, shout out to Bombas when, like, I've seen other YouTubers being sponsored by Bombas and stuff, but I'm just giving them free advertising, I guess. So that's cool. Sponsor me, Bombas.
How many times?
Well, I guess they won't want to sponsor me now that I said that their socks are uncomfortable. Well, for me though, to be fair, like I said, everyone else I've talked to hasn't had that issue. So, you know, your mileage may vary. All right, so I made it back to South Street. I'm not on South Street right now because I'm over here because Alex parked his car a few blocks away, and I just went to use the bathroom and left my stuff in his car real quick. So I'm going back to his car here to grab it, and then I'm going to fly my sign because I was thinking of going to the bookstore, but then I came across this milk crate when I was walking down South Street, and I kind of don't want to like I probably can't, you know, I don't want to bring the milk crate into the fucking bookstore, but I also don't want to like leave it here just to go to the bookstore with my backpack and then come all the way back here to grab the milk crate, right? So I decided I'm probably just going to fly the sign today, and maybe tomorrow I'll go to the bookstore because Alex says he might be leaving tomorrow anyway. Right, Alex?
Yeah. Wait, who are you going?
Oh, I'm not on the phone. I'm just taking a video.
Oh, nice.
So I might be alone again tomorrow. Might be back to square one, and I'll have to make new friends. So that would be, I guess, a good opportunity to visit the bookstore and try to see if they can point me in the right direction. We shall see. But tonight, it's sign flying night. It's money making night. It's Saturday night. If I can't make $100 tonight on Saturday night, then I might as well just kill myself.
You should kill yourself now. You are worthless.
Oh my god. Is that a low tier God reference?
I got it.
You got this. This is how we move cars when we want to conserve gas. Watch and learn, folks. Oh, it's going. You just gotta coax it. You gotta talk to it.
I don't want it to like just start rolling.
Yeah,
So,
that would not be good. Huh. It was not this difficult yesterday.
what's up?
It did not seem this difficult yesterday. Yeah, it wasn't up on the curb, so that probably helped. Oh, he's gonna try to do a 3-point turn. This is crazy. Would you consider this thing to be a gas guzzler or what?
Not really.
No, it's pretty fuel efficient.
Kinda.
That's good. Dude, I love this fucking car. It looks like it's been shown so much love. Like, just look at it, man. It's just, how can you not appreciate this thing? That old man was so bitter, you know. He must have had a bad day or something, because how the hell could he hate on this car? I'm not even a car person. You guys know I hate cars, but I just can't help but think that this thing is just special looking, you know. It's just a very, very unique car. It's just really quite something, as one woman said earlier. All right, time to just put that baby into reverse. Listen to how loud that is. Listen to that baby purr. It is. He didn't even do it on purpose. The muffler is just fucking blown out, so the car just sounds like this. He'll get it fixed eventually, though. She's a fixer-upper, but she gets the job done. She gets from point A to point B, you know. The tag is new from a guy that he met the other day, and that sticker is new too, actually. It's cool how he lets people like tag up and add stickers to his car if they're, you know, if the tags and stickers are cool at least. Feels like a living work of art, I was saying. There we go. Now we got properly parked. Yay. Look, this is what I mean about how scuffed our fucking sleeping setup is. We're in another fucking residential neighborhood. There's my backpack. I'm just gonna lay down right fucking there next to the car. And he's just chilling with his legs hanging out. Imagine what the dog walkers must think, dude. This is ridiculous. But yeah, I didn't make as much money as I wanted to tonight because I was super tired and slept for like 4 hours in the middle of my shift. So I really only got a few hours of work in, but I did okay, you know, given that. I'm a little bit short of where I wanted to be for tomorrow, but I'll still be okay. I'm pretty sure I still got a decent amount. I'll just have to probably work again a little bit sooner than I was expecting. But Alex is supposed to be heading out back to Virginia tomorrow, and I want to go to Wooden Shoe Books and then maybe do some other things. I'll probably be in Philly for a few more days. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if I meet any other cool people. If I meet someone else who's cool, I might end up being here for another week or more. Who knows? And then Joey and Alex are supposed to come back soon, and we're all supposed to hang out again. But, you know, I kind of take things with a grain of salt when travelers say, oh, I'm going to come back here at this time, because, I mean, I've said that before too, and plans get delayed. You know, you end up taking your time with things and just, you know, changing plans on a whim. Like, that's kind of how it is when you're a traveler, and that's part of the appeal of the lifestyle, honestly. So, not holding them to it necessarily. Maybe I'll see them again in a week or two. Maybe it'll be months or years. But either way, I've really enjoyed my time with both of them, and looking forward to seeing who I meet next. Look at this guy. Just like, what the fuck is going on here? I guess this guy had a rough night at the bar. It's probably what people think, honestly. When you have a car, people don't assume, well, I mean, maybe with all this stuff in the car, they do assume you're homeless, but people don't necessarily assume you're homeless. They're more likely to assume that, that you're just like, I don't know, you got too drunk or something like that. Anyway, I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'll talk to you in the morning. Alright, I'm here at Whole Foods. Good morning. I just Alex and I just went and got some breakfast, and probably about to go to the 7-Eleven, pick up some cigarettes and stuff, and then we're gonna figure out what to do from there. Alex might be leaving soon, or he might stay another day and leave tomorrow. We're not really sure yet. He said he's kind of leaving it up in the air so far, because that's how it goes when you're a traveler sometimes, and you don't got anywhere to be at any particular time, I guess. So if he stays an extra day, that's cool. But yeah, after we get cigarettes, I'm gonna figure out what he wants to do. Whether he wants to go on a little adventure together and check out either Clark Park, which I've already been to, but I don't know if he's been there. So I'm willing to make a trip to the park and check out that out and see if we can meet anyone there. Because I would like to go back to West Philadelphia. I haven't spent any time there really after my first day here, so I'd like to go back and check out the park again. We could also go to FDR Skatepark, which I still want to check out. I want to check out Bartram North as well. Those are the three main things. So I'm gonna ask him after we go to 7-Eleven if he wants to do any of those things with me, and maybe I could throw him a few dollars for gas money if he does, so that he's not like wasting gas by doing it necessarily. And if he doesn't want to do that and he just wants to leave early instead, then I will go do my thing at Wooden Shoe and hang out down here a little bit more, and then I will eventually go to those places myself, either today or tomorrow or the next day or something. Because like I said, I'll probably be here a few more days. So we're still solidifying our plans for the day, but yeah, I'll update you shortly, and we'll see what we're gonna end up doing. Alright, we are currently headed to FDR Skatepark to go check that out and see if anybody cool is hanging out there. Apparently it's like one of the largest DIY skate parks in the country, so maybe even the largest. So it should be pretty interesting. There should be lots of cool graffiti there too. I think that's the American Swedish Historical Museum right there.
Hell yeah.
So shout out to the Swedes for having their own, well, the American Swedes at least, for having their own museum in Philly.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff going on right here. Wonder what that's all about. Does that happen every day? Already seeing a lot of cool giant tags. Pretty cool vibes here already.
Oh yeah.
I always love hanging out under overpasses,
Yeah, we just sit right there.
It's always fun. And there's no fucking sun. We don't have to worry about the sun baking our seats and making it burn our fucking asses again.
Oh yeah.
That's always a positive thing. The skate park stuff is right there. You can start to see like, I guess like half pipes and stuff. And even some people skating all the way over there. But yeah, you can see how far this kind of goes. It's pretty extensive. We'll check it out more when we get closer. But yeah, we can already see from here that definitely a lot of work has gone into it, especially knowing that this is all like DIY. I guess people just brought concrete and other materials here and just kind of made it themselves. That's pretty fucking awesome. Oh look, and it even says FDR. Alright, so we got these little, what are these? Are these considered half pipes? I'm not a skater, so.
This actually would be considered a half pipe.
Okay.
This is a quarter pipe, the other quarter is that, making the half.
Okay, that makes sense. I guess a full pipe would go all the way around. A full pipe. What the hell is that, a plaque? In support of life, this sculpture stands as a marker of a reverent petition of creation for love, connection, and healing for this world and beyond. Oh, that's cute. Wait a second. There's freight trains rolling through here too? Dude, no wonder this is a fucking popular spot for travelers. And they're rolling through here so slow. You could probably fucking... Dude, you could probably hop from here. Potentially. Is there a cut through in the fence? Dude, there's camp. Looks like people have been like camping here. I wonder if there's anyone here now. Doesn't look like it, but it's a CSX train. Holy shit. There's beer cans up there, beer can totems. PBRs, of course. Love that. Dude, there's no shot. Look how slow this train is rolling through. Can you get up there? I guess you can. I guess you can climb up there. It doesn't look like the safest thing. Holy shit. Alex is back. I gotta explain to him the significance of what the fuck is going on here, dude. Dude, I didn't realize this was right next to freight train tracks. And do you see how... First of all, there's like encampments, shit back here. Like, this looks like a place where travelers would definitely hang out. And now I understand why. Do you see how slow that train is rolling through? And how remote this is? This is not really close to the center of the city. This looks like the sort of spot that people would hop from, I'm guessing. Unless there's some logistical thing that I'm not... What the fuck? I don't know what that was. Unless there's some logistical thing I'm not considering, this looks like it would be a good hopping spot. Because this is the speed you'd ideally want to hop on the fly at. Because you can... This is slower than you can run, you know? As long as the train's going slower than you can run, then you're good to hop on the fly train. But the question is there like a cut through in the fence around here? Because if you see a cut through in the fence, oh, well, see, there it is. I was gonna say, if you see a cut through in the fence, then you know that this is the spot where people hop from. And yeah, 100% right there. Holy shit, this is a hop out. We literally just stumbled across a hop out, and like kind of a jungle too. That is.
Hop on?
Nah, we're not gonna. We don't know where the fuck this thing is going. You know, we're not ready to hop a tree right now and just leave our shit behind. But,
that'd be batshit insane.
But it is pretty interesting that we found this. See, I told you, man. When you see a fence next to a train track like this, and you see a fucking train rolling through, and you see all this trash around, it's like, oh yeah, this is a hop out. See, look at this. This structure right here. Okay, so this is how you get up here. This doesn't look very safe, but I imagine you can climb on this, I guess, because there are like beer totems up there, so that's kind of cool.
You not gonna take photos, boss?
It's kind of cool. Well, I guess this is how you get up here. That was over there. That was the thing I was seeing. Oh, this place is fucking huge, man. And it's all DIY apparently. God damn, beautiful. Look, this train is literally just stopped now. Look at that shit. You wouldn't even need to hop on the fly. You could just fucking... you could just hop on right there. That's crazy. Alright, let's continue this way and see what's over here exactly. Because this looks like... Oh, okay. That's so fucking crazy. There's just that cut through to the tracks. It's in a very obvious spot too, which is kind of crazy. Oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
And then we have another parking area over here, I guess. So I guess we're kind of reached the end. Although people are still skating. Oh, there's still little. I mean, this is still part of the skate park, guys. This is the end of the skate park. But there's like little things here for people to grind on or whatever the hell they do. You gotta do some parkour up this wall. Oh shit, he's a ninja, bro. Oh yeah, a little bit of climbing. Someone even put a chair down there. There's an upside down chair to start there. Dude, this place is fucking awesome. Someone left their shoes. Someone left their food. Fucking tacos or some shit. This is a cool spot. Some kind of fucking hornet or something over there though. Careful where you climb. Holy shit. wonder if these people ever actually reach the tops of these walls. Some of these walls are pretty damn high.
Oh yeah.
Dude, you got shoes hanging from there. You got shoes hanging right there. That's crazy. This park is actually kind of sick. I'm glad we came here. It's a little bit of a long way down, so let me not fall. And let me slowly get down now. Alright, let's see what's over here. This looks like a dead end. Doesn't look like there's much of interest. Oh, another cut through. Okay.
Yes, sir. So let us cut through.
That's cool. And this is like, this goes to another area. I guess we should check out this area and see if there's anything cool. This might be like a jungle because it's kind of shielded. It's kind of shielded from the tracks themselves, so like the railroad police are probably not gonna see you back here necessarily. But it's still like, it's close enough, you know. There's a big area back here.
Oh yeah.
The hell? Oh, there's a tent. Looks like people are camping back here. No one's home right now, looks like. Huh. And it just kind of comes to this dead end. Oh, and there's another cut through. There's another cut through right here. A little bit of urban exploration for you, technically. a little bit of light urban exploration for you. It's pretty cool. Oh, that's nice. What else? This just goes out here, and I guess this is public. We're back to the public like parking lot area then. So nothing interesting. Nothing else interesting past that way. We're back to the public parking area here, pretty much. Yeah, because it's just if you go through that gate right there, it just goes back to the parking lot where it's at. So we can walk back this way or whatever. It's a cool little find though. Not the most hidden hobo jungle I've ever seen, but it's it would do the trick, I guess. I guess there's a tent back here. Someone's living back here and no one's fucking with them. So hey, if it works, it works. And that spot, if you know where those trains are going, I couldn't tell where those trains were going, even by looking at open railway maps. So it was unclear exactly how those tracks, what other main lines they connected to. I think they were spur tracks. But yeah, if you had more knowledge than me and you could figure out where those trains are actually going, then this would probably be a great spot to hop onto a train if you knew that it would be, if you knew it was a train that was going to where you wanted to go. So, pretty cool little find. I'm glad we came here, Sometimes you just do something on a whim and you take a little chance and it pays off, right? Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that before. There are shoes fucking everywhere. Yeah, you aren't kidding. Shoes hanging all over the place under that overpass. These kids are crazy. These kids just hate their shoes. Like, fuck those shoes. I might as well see what's going on here now that the trains are gone. Careful of the bulls, though. Oh, hell yeah. Might as well take a little pic, right? Pretty cool little spot, huh? Alright, well, I guess we've seen pretty much all there is to see here for now. I don't think there were any travelers around necessarily, but it was still a cool place to check out. I'm glad we came here. Alright, now we're gonna head back to South Street for a little bit. Goodbye, FDR Park. It's been real. I might be back at some point. Philadelphia skyline. Hell yeah. This is really cool. And something I haven't actually noticed before, despite coming to South Street almost every day since I've been here. Perhaps literally every day. This is the South Street Community Garden. So, there are a bunch of different plants here. And it is, as it suggests, a community garden. And there's people working on it right now. That's pretty fucking awesome, actually. Love to see stuff like that. What else we got over here? Yeah, I just went to Whole Foods, wasted $6 on some terrible food because I wanted to check what the hot bar had, and it didn't have anything particularly good, but I was like, I'll get a couple things just because, you know, some cost fallacy. I was like, I walked all the way here. I mean, I was going to get a drink anyway, so it wasn't going to be a waste of time anyway, but I decided to try the food, and I was disappointed. I just got a samosa and some lemon rice. The samosa was okay, but not really my thing, and the rice tasted like nothing. Like, it was like, what the fuck? It was might be the worst rice I've ever had. So, L Whole Foods on that one, but still love the split pea soup. So, yeah, we ended up coming back to South Street, and yeah, I just decided to go there. Alex went to meet up with a friend, and I'm trying to figure out what to do next. I think I'm going to go back to the car because I left my stuff there, and I'm just going to make sure everything's okay. Look at this over here. This is the South Street Cannabis Museum. Oh shit, I zoomed in way too much. But yeah, South Street Cannabis Museum. It's like, I guess, literally a cannabis museum, but also a store that sells cannabis. So that's kind of interesting. We got like a little gift shop in there with cannabis themed products. From what I hear, I haven't gone in. I probably won't be going in because, you know, I don't have time to be exploring every little museum and stuff. You know, I gotta be reasonable with how long I'm gonna make my stay here, so I don't overstay my welcome in town. I gotta move on to New York soon, but it's cool that that's there at least. I keep saying I'm gonna go to this wooden shoe bookstore, and I will go in there very soon, but I just don't know about, like, I think I want to wait till Alex leaves, wait till I'm solo again, you know, because I feel like there's certain circumstances in which it's easier for me to meet people solo, and yeah, I just think that for this particular little mission, I gotta walk in there with my backpack and everything, you know, and just be like, yeah, I'm a solo traveler. I don't really have any friends in town right now. I had some friends in town, but they left, so I need to make some new friends in town. Point me in the right direction. So I'll probably go there tomorrow or something. Maybe later if Alex leaves early today. We'll see. But for now, we will continue down here and just go back to the car, hang out, and maybe fly a sign for a bit, try to make a little bit of money, because, you know, it's a Sunday. I don't expect Sundays to be great for making money, but it is during the day as well. So Sunday during the day is probably better than Sunday night, you know, because at least it is people's day off still, so people are all out during the day. They don't have to work and everything. But Sunday night, people are trying to sleep for the most part, so they can get ready for work the next day. Alex's car was really fucking chugging before. Like, it was overheating like crazy when we were on our way back here. and he was like, I need to park this like now. So he just kind of parked as soon as possible. Oh look, what's this? Oh, it's literally just like free Narcan. That's awesome. What the fuck is this? Is this? Oh, this is the fire department? Okay, that makes sense. That's nice. They have free Narcan there. I should probably take some at some point with me. I'm not carrying around any Narcan right now. But it's a good thing to have for sure, just in case. You know, just in case someone accidentally has a fucking ISO overdose because they smoke a blunt with someone who has ISO residue on their fingers, and it gets onto the blunt and makes them fucking pass out because it's so strong and they don't have an opiate tolerance, or it interacts with something already on. God forbid something like that should happen. But if it did, it would sure be good to have a whole bunch of Narcan on hand. Huh. Look at this. I wonder what this little alleyway goes to. Interesting. I'm back at the Miata now. I ran back here because I was like, alright, I'm paranoid about my stuff. Let's go check on it. And Alex was back here hanging out. He ran to the bathroom now, so I'm just waiting for him to get back. But I'm considering either just going and starting to try to make some money or going to take a nap in the park because it is hot as hell out here. Perfect napping time of day. And even though I'm not particularly tired now, I'm worried that if I don't nap now, I'll be super tired later at night. And then that will be bad because, you know, I don't always have a lot of time to sleep at night. So it's good to like get a few hours of sleep during the day and then a few hours of sleep at night. Like a biphasic sleep schedule is very very beneficial when you're living this kind of lifestyle oftentimes, unless you have found a really good spot to sleep where you can sleep in as long as you want. But I haven't really found that yet, and so we've just been sleeping on the fucking sidewalks in the middle of busy residential areas. I've returned to the spot where I flew my sign last night because I decided I'm gonna fly my sign for a bit. And my milk crate is still here that I used last night. I was sure it would be gone by now, but my milk crate is actually here, still untouched. Jesus, I am a little exhausted. I just had a long walk, and I walked for like 15 minutes in the wrong direction for no reason before realizing I'm just gonna go back to my usual spot. Sorry. You always have these guys coming through here with super loud fucking cars and motorcycles and shit. It's really annoying. I don't know why that's a thing around here, but it is. Anyway, I'm gonna fly my sign for a bit. Oh, actually, as I was walking here though, right next door, there's like, I don't know if there's some fucking music event happening or what, but there was a bunch of like goth, punk, alternative people alternative looking people hanging out there. And one dude, as I was passing by, just was like, hey, and he just kicked his wallet, gave me a 20. He's like, God bless. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. And then he was like, have a good day. And I was like, oh, damn. He took one look at me, and he was like, you know, he knew I needed some money, so that was really cool of him. I guess maybe he knew I was a traveler. Maybe he's a former traveler himself or something, because, I mean, it's pretty obvious. And I've got the black bandana and stuff, but yeah, really cool of that dude, whoever he was. I hope he comes over and talks to me later, because I mean, whatever shit is happening, it's like literally right down there, and I'm right here, so I'll be here for hours. So I mean, they probably will notice me at some point. Someone from over there will notice me and hopefully come over and chat, because I'm looking to make new friends since Alex is supposed to be leaving town real soon. So let's see how it goes tonight. Alright, so it's about 8:30. I've been flying my sign for a few hours, and I already made much more money than I thought I would make, even if I flew my sign all day and night until 3 a.m. So I'm feeling pretty good right now. Thank you, fire truck. Anyway, there's this show happening tonight apparently for this guy named Diggy Graves. I haven't heard of him before, but apparently his fans are my exact demographic who like funny, macabre signs and are willing to give people money for them because, fuck man, as that line was going, that line was so long, it took over an hour for them to like get everyone in, and as the line was going by, I was just making money. Every time the line would move forward, a few people, like the next few people would see my sign and be like, oh my god, and they didn't want to give me money. Before I even started flying my sign, I walked past the first few people on line when the line was short still, and I'm walking to my spot. I didn't even make it here yet, and a guy gives me 20. I don't even remember if I mentioned, I might have already made a video mentioning it. I don't know. It's been a crazy whirlwind of a day. But yeah, that happened. I was like, that's a good start. Then I get to my spot. My fucking milk crate is here. I'm like, perfect. Let me fly my sign here. And then, yeah, the money just starts coming in. Mostly singles, but I have a fat wad of singles now. I haven't even fucking counted how much it is. Probably over 50 of them. And then, you know, plus the 20, and then someone gave me a 10. 4 people gave me like 5s. So I got like probably about $100 at least right now, which is pretty good. You know, better than I thought I'd be doing right now. So can't complain too much. And I'm still going to be out here for a little while. I don't know how much more money I'll make, but people in the show were like, or people in the line were like, oh, you going to be here after the show? I was like, yeah, I'll be here all night. And they were like, oh, you know, we'll come back and talk to you. And one guy was like, oh, I'll buy you a beer. So I was like, all right, if they're going to come back and talk to me and maybe give me more food or money or beer or whatever the fuck, then I will, I'll stay here. I'll chill, you know, I don't got anything else to do. Alex got into a little accident of some kind over here where I guess he turned without putting his blinker on, or tried to park without putting his blinker on, and then a guy hit him with a bike, and then hit his bike into another car or something, and that became a whole fucking thing, a dramatic thing that happened right here in front of me. I'm just, people are like, you gotta pull your sign back out, you gotta provide some comic relief, you have to save the day. So I put my sign back out, started making more money while poor Alex is over here dealing with this fucking situation. But anyway, he managed to get some coolant, money for some coolant, which he needed. So he's at the AutoZone getting coolant, and then that was all he needed to leave town. So he's probably gonna leave town tonight in the middle of the night. He says, I was like, are you gonna leave tonight or tomorrow or what? He's like, yeah, probably in the middle of the night. So I don't know if he'll be coming back to say goodbye one more time or anything, because he said that he's kind of done with this little strip for now, you know, because apparently people at that bar were giving him a hard time too. So yeah, he's saying he might not come back. I was like, well, if you come back, you know where I'll be for a little bit. If I'm not there, or if you don't think I'll be there because it's too late, because I'll be there until 11 or 12 probably. I don't know when the show gets out. But if someone gets out of the show and takes me to a bar to get me a drink or whatever, I might not be here. So I was like, if I'm not, or if it's past 11 or 12, hit me up and you can confirm where I'm at. And if not, if you don't end up seeing me again, you end up just leaving town without seeing me again, then you know, hit me up and let me know that too, just so I know not to expect you again. And you know, goodbye and safe travels and everything. So we'll see if I see him again. But well, if I see him again tonight, that is, before he leaves town. Hopefully I'll be able to see him again after he comes back to town in a couple weeks, if he does come back in a couple weeks, or whenever he does come back, or I'll cross paths with him in some other state somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe not in Philadelphia, maybe not in New York, maybe just somewhere else. But I'm sure I'll see him again at some point. You know, the good thing is when you're traveling, you know, you have to say a lot of goodbyes, but goodbyes are not really goodbyes when you're a traveler. They're just, it's not a goodbye, it's a see you later, you know. So, anyway, that being said, yeah, I wish Alex the best, and shout out to Diggy Graves for having awesome fans who fucking took care of me and showed me some love tonight. What the hell, man? An ambulance just pulled up outside the Diggy Graves concert. Looks like someone got fucking hurt at the show already. Hopefully not, but I don't know what an ambulance is doing there. It's a little crazy. Yeah, okay. Tonight was pretty ridiculous. I think I made like $130 today, which is like perhaps my most successful night ever. Yeah, again, shout out to Diggy Graves and his very generous fans. I'm going to try to find a place to sleep soon. I might walk a couple blocks to this church that I found out about and try to sleep at that church, because usually churches are pretty chill, as long as there's nobody else there that seems sketchy. I mean, anybody who's sleeping at the church is probably not going to try to rob me or anything. They're probably just looking for a non-sketchy place to sleep too, to be honest. So I think I'll feel pretty safe sleeping at the church. But it's about midnight, so earlier than I've been going to sleep. But I also want to wake up early at like 6:30. So yeah, gonna go to sleep soon, and then tomorrow, now that I have a little bit of money saved up, I shouldn't have to work, and I can actually go out and do some interesting stuff tomorrow maybe. And Alex said he's leaving tonight, in the middle of the night, so I'll be alone again, and I'll have to try to go back to my old tactics to meet new people. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. Alright, well, I checked both of the churches I heard about. They were both a no-go because they were both totally locked up. And what the hell? and I looked, I searched the nearby residential streets to look for like a recessed doorway or basement steps or something. I didn't find anywhere suitable really, but I just kept walking and I found this little kind of like park area almost, and I found this little corner tucked away here. It's kind of dark and it's got these 2 gates here, but I don't know how active these are, like how soon people are gonna come out of here. So I'm hoping I can get some sleep until like 6:30 in the morning, and then if I need more sleep I can just go to the park and nap in the park for a few more hours. So that's the plan. Then tomorrow we'll do some more solo shit. So good night. Alright, well, this spot ended up working pretty well. As you can see, it's morning now. No one ever came out of these doors, I don't think. I slept pretty peacefully until 6 a.m. because that was around when my alarm was set for, and then I was like, fuck it, I'll sleep another hour. It's still pretty quiet here, so I slept until, actually I don't think I slept until 7. I think I woke up at like 6:30ish, 6:45, before my alarm actually went off, and then I was like, it's light enough, and I started seeing dog walkers, so I was like, alright, time to move on. So yeah, I got a good like 5 hours of sleep, I would say. And you know, I've been seeing some dog walkers and runners and stuff passing by since it's been light out. You know, since like 6 a.m. That's when they usually start to come out. And yeah, they've been passing by, but nobody's like, you know, seemed to have an issue with me. I haven't seen any cops show up. One guy even said good morning. You know, so I'm in Society Hill right now, which is why I was a little concerned, because this is like a very rich neighborhood. I was concerned that people might be more up in arms about letting vagrants just fucking sleep outside around here, but I guess nobody cared about me just sticking to myself, sleeping in this little corner over here. So it turned out all right, and I'm actually pretty well rested. I don't even feel like I need to sleep more at the moment, which is good because my phone is almost dead and I need to go charge it, and I also want to get breakfast. So I'm probably going to go towards Whole Foods again and get some breakfast there, and try to charge my phone at the Starbucks across the street, because I don't think Whole Foods has a place to charge your phone, and I mean Acme Markets does too, I think. So I could go to Acme or Starbucks. Either one of those places, there's a chance that I will be forced to buy something in order to charge my phone, but there's also a chance that both of them could just let me do it. I mean, Starbucks just let me come in yesterday and charge my shit, but unfortunately that used to be like a corporate policy, but they actually, apparently, I recently found out they ended their open doors policy, so it's no longer the case that any Starbucks location you can come in and charge your phone and use the bathroom and get a free cup of water and do all that stuff without having to buy anything, because they ended that policy, and Starbucks hates homeless people, I guess, just like all the rest of the fucking companies. But so be it. We will find a place to charge the phone. It shouldn't be that hard. And then we'll figure out what else we're going to do today, because I'm pretty sure Alex, I didn't hear from him last night, you know, saying, oh, I'm leaving now or anything. The last thing I heard from him was him saying, I'm going to nap for a couple hours and then probably leave at like 1 or 2 a.m. And I was like, okay, well, safe travels. So maybe we'll hear from him today and we'll get an update, but I assume he's gone by now and we are on our own. So it will be time to go to the Wooden Shoe bookstore today and see if we can meet any new friends, because now we have no more friends and we need to make new friends. Hey, so I'm back in New York now, editing the Philadelphia video, and as it turns out, there was over 6 hours of content, so I'm going to be splitting it into 3 parts that will be each probably around or just over 2 hours long. So I'm ending the first part here. So this is episode 6, I think, and then the next one will be episode 7, and episode 8 will be the final episode about Philadelphia, because I spent so much time. I spent like 2 weeks there and just did so much stuff that yeah, there's just a lot of content. So tune in next time for the next part of this Philadelphia experience. My Discord, Coffee, and Patreon stuff will be in the description as always, so if you want to support me financially or join my Discord server, you can do that by looking at those links down there. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell if you want to see more of my content and all that. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.